Bitcoin price dump not going to happen as whales stay off exchanges. Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. In today's episode, we're finally going to go through the Bitcoin price, Link price, maybe even VeChain if we have enough time. And I'm going to even show you what kind of a trade I did on the Bitcoin, which succeeded, and unfortunately I've been stopped out on the Link trade. What went wrong? So we're going to go through the trades a little bit often on this channel, so you can also learn a little bit about trading, technical analysis, what you should be careful of. So over here we have one news just to let you know that the Bitcoin price dump not going to happen as they are stated over here. One thing I need to mention, because many YouTubers and even the news over here on the Cointelegraph were crying in the previous days that the Bitcoin is going down, crypto is going down for sure. We're going to see one more leg down before we see major push to the upside. And also the same thing we heard about over here on the S&P 500, but again, nothing is happening because people were rushing with the bearish momentum on the Bitcoin, S&P 500 and the markets before anything happens. And on this channel, as you know, we are constantly discussing about the things that we are seeing on the charts and not by the things that may actually happen. So before we get to the main part over here, I want to thank each last one of you for 899 subscribers, guys. And over here, as you know, in the previous videos over here, crypto news, Bitcoin massive price volatility and stuff like that, in every single one of these videos we discussed constantly about the bullish leg to the upside, bullish push to the upside, because those signs were indicating on the charts that we are going to see the pump, and everybody were going to see the dump. I don't know why, because many stuff on the charts were showing that we are going to the upside, and I still don't understand why people were so bearish when we are still surging to the upside. I'm not saying that we're going to continue going to the upside, but for now, that's the probability that we are seeing on the charts, and we are on this channel staying still on that probability until we see something else on the charts proven otherwise. So over here we are on the Coinbase chart, and we discussed about this pattern over here, this little flag that we had. We entered from the upside and we were consolidating and push to the upside all over again. And as we can see over here, we are still above $11,400, and we also can see that we are still in this channel, and for now nothing changed. We were just consolidating inside this tunnel, and that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. We still didn't drop to the downside. As long as we are respecting this trend line over here, even this green 200 daily exponential moving average, we are still pretty much good to go to the upside. We are still following that trend. The other thing that I need to point out is the RSI, which went above 50, and this is the red line that I already put it over here, so it could be easier for you to see. And we are still even not into the bearish zone, which is overbought zone, and that basically means that we can surge to the upside even more, because we do have more place, and even to stay a little bit in overbought zone, we're most probably going to surge to the upside. So for now, there is nothing wrong with the Bitcoin, and as we can see on the volume chart over here, we are still dropping in the volume, which is quite interesting, because volume should indicate this breakout from this pennant that we had over here from this pattern. Now, very interesting stuff is that we broke with slightly low volatility, and I know what you're gonna say, most bigger moves are happening like that, but not in the Bitcoin always, because as you can see over here, after we were finding support on $9,000, we had a pretty good spike in that Bart Simpson pattern, and look what happened with the volume. Sudden spike in the next few days. We had a good volatility on the breakout. That basically means that you have low volatility in the pattern, but outside of the pattern, when the breakouts come out, then only then you have the bigger spike in the volume, which means just the pressure push the Bitcoin to the upside, because those orders are getting filled. Suddenly you have a big gap and then push to the upside. So over here we didn't have such a thing. We had consolidation like we had over here on the level of 50, again over here, and then sudden spike above level of 50 on the RSI, while on the price we had a pretty good from the pattern to the upside 10%. And I did one of the trade. Of course, I put a very low amount of money because I'm learning trading constantly, and it's better to lose money on the smaller amount of money than to push bigger amount of money, feel not comfortable, and also lose your trade and do wrong trades. It's not about losing money also, it's about feeling good when you're trading, and the way to succeed with that is actually to trade a significantly small amount of money that you can feel you can actually lose, even if it's $10, $20, $5, doesn't matter, as long as you're using money that you can afford to lose and it's pretty much for playing, then you can much better learn trading because you're going to feel comfortable to stay with your winners and cut your losses as soon as possible. So I traded this on the Bybit, and I need to switch to that chart so I can show you something. And as you can see over here, this is the Bitcoin chart. Also, I just draw the other trend lines, and yeah, I pretty much traded inner this pattern, which is on this sort of a way ascending triangle. And one of the reasons for that is because I didn't trade the breakout of the pattern itself. I traded because we got above 20 exponential moving average and bounced back from this trend line over here. So you need to have specific time when to enter the market, and that's pretty much my problem also sometimes. So as you can see over here, I did trade getting above 50 exponential moving average, which pretty much basically set us for getting above all moving averages over here are below this price, and I entered the position over here. My stop loss was a little bit longer. I think I put it around 2% exactly, which was pretty much below a level of 20 exponential moving average. So my theory was, if we break 20 exponential moving average, we're most probably going to retest this or even break it. So it's better to put 2% only loss on the stop loss and just let it go. And what actually happened, I took my profits on the way to the upside to the half one, and one I actually got taking profits option on the Bybit, and I was stopped over here or a little bit up below. So yeah, it was pretty much good risk reward ratio, especially because I lifted my stop loss after we broke this ascending triangle, and you are pretty much good to go the upside. This was the successful trade, and the reason why I feel good about it is not because I was right or I took some very small amount of money, because I put a very small amount of money trading Bitcoin on the Bybit with just one-time leverage. It's because I did wait this to enter this trade for a long time. We were in this pattern when I was actually considering entering this trade, so I was patiently waiting for good entry point, which is pretty much my lack of knowledge in the markets. To wait for the entrance in the trade is very important, I can tell you, because if you are rushing in your trade, investment or whatever, then you are most probably doing the wrong thing. You need to calculate many times and to see when is the best time to enter the market and not just where. Now, opposite thing that I need to say, which cost me activate stop loss on the link, we're going to switch on the link, and this is pretty much perfectly good trade, and we discussed in some of these videos over here about link that it's going to break to the bullish, and it broke bullish. And one of the reasons is because I love patterns. I am pattern trader, and I'm going to trade by the patterns, and that's it. So as you can see, I told you in that video that the link is most probably going to break out in the bullish side. One of the reasons for that is you have one low and then you made higher low, which is one of the signs that the trend in this current trend is going to shift, it's going to change. And as we can see over here, we broke to the bullish side, but the problem over here with the link is because it went too overextended when it comes to this dump. Yes, you heard me well. The assets on the charts will not go overextend only in the bullish phase, but it could go to the bearish side also over here. As you can see, we got pretty long gap between 50 and 20 exponential moving average, which pretty much delayed my entry point on the link, because I waited to actually broke all moving averages and to be sure that we're clear and good to go to the upside. I was very conservative over here on the link, and yeah, I've been stopped out over here because I rushed into the trade. What I actually did is I waited to enter above 50, and I actually did, but I didn't wait the close above level of 50 exponential moving average, this red line over here, if you can see it. And unfortunately we broke it during the night. I was in the night shift watching the charts, and unfortunately we didn't close above. We were rejected instantly, and as you can see right now, luckily I was stopped out. Look what could I lose over here if we didn't break it. It doesn't mean that we're not going to break 50, but that pretty much could happen. So why was I watching a level of 50 exponential moving average to trade above it? Why not a little bit below? Well, look at this, guys. What happened with the last retesting as a resistance on 50 exponential moving average? Big declines, ladies and gentlemen. We tried to break level of 50 for a few days, and unfortunately we didn't manage over here on the link, and price surged to the downside, and the same thing happened over here. My mistake over here, because I rushed into the trade. Even if I entered over here but we broke it, then it would be much better to push price to the upside, and your gains are going to be instantly there. But unfortunately over here I rushed into the trade. I didn't wait close above this, which could potentially be tomorrow, or maybe even not in the next 7 days. Maybe we're going to be declined from this line over here and push to the downside. But yeah, wait for the signals. Watch what could happen if you enter that point, what happened in the previous times, how much price is respecting those levels. There are many things to consider when you are entering the trade, and I'm so glad that I'm losing my trades like this, and you know, seeing the mistakes, still not writing them down. I still don't have that discipline, but I will try to do it. Observing all the time what went wrong could set you up for the good gains in future. So I do expect for the link to surge even more to the upside if the Bitcoin still is on its way to the upside, of course, which is pretty much following the S&P 500. And if we switch on those markets, we can see that we are slowly getting near to the previous stop that we had over here, that we topped out after this big dump in the coronavirus pandemic. And as we can see, we went into this pattern. I explained you this in one video. You need to check out, I think it's previous video or something, and we broke to the upside because that pattern is bullish, especially on the daily and the weekly chart. And right now we are bringing the price near this stop. So over here we need to be careful. I wouldn't trade now anything because of this double top formation that could form and push us to the downside, which is pretty much going to pull out the Bitcoin, also link and everything to the downside. So these indications are very good to actually save your money and the time, not to trade your nerves, also emotions and whatever. If we break this pretty much all-time high on the S&P 500, then we could expect maybe even further push to the upside, or even FOMO in the S&P 500. This is a bubble, I can say that, but it doesn't mean it's going to pop right now. We just need to be careful if you're trading or investing. If you're investing in Bitcoin for the long term, it's always good time to buy even Euro cryptocurrency if you're convinced that it's going to go to the upside eventually, and the Bitcoin itself. And as I promised, VeChain over here, we discussed that we may see this zone over here one more time, and as you can see, yes, we managed to retest this zone of support, and VeChain responded pretty good. But we're going to see how is this going to end at one point, because we retested this resistance for a pretty long time, and all I can tell you is we are still not breaking it, but we are near to it. And one of the reasons for that is because VeChain is retesting this resistance pretty much 5 to 6 times already. If you are retesting some level of support on resistance many times, that level is strong but tends to break very soon because it's getting hit all the time. So 20 EMA together with this resistance is making us big problems on the VeChain. and until we break that level over here, we're not going to see any change in the price whatsoever. And one way to find out on this chart over here when we're going to see the breakout, if you zoom in a little bit, you can see that this zone over here, which was pretty much retested few times, then you can see that on some sort of a way we made a level of support and level of resistance. And I do believe that before 20th of October, 20 October over here, we're going to see breakout, because we are getting near that zone over here. We are neither going to the downside, we are neither going to the upside, so pressure is in place. And if we see the volume is incredible small, so the big volatility is going to come very soon. Look at this, we almost don't have any of the volume whatsoever, and we are even retesting 200 daily exponential moving average. So prepare, guys, because big pump may actually happen very soon on the VeChain. And the same thing I told you for the link, we need to break EMA, stay above it, and then break other highs and lows that we need to break to the upside to break all-time high. So observe that. And also on the Bitcoin, for now everything is going well. I'm not going to say anything bearish, because there is nothing bearish that I can see on the charts. We could speculate about breaking this level of support, where is the next support, but until we break it and stay below it, we are pretty much good to go to the upside, as we discussed on this channel in the previous videos or so. Now, this video went too long, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry if I took too much of your time, but I wanted to go into details about trades and those two other coins. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you like this sort of a content. Make sure to check out our videos about Apollo. The reason why I'm supporting Apollo so much is not because I'm sponsored, because I'm not. It's because they are truly all-in-one cryptocurrency, and Lesotho and 20 more countries are going to use this cryptocurrency for paying fees, and their blockchain as a national payment platform, currency platform, tax platform. They have every single of those fintech products, insane amount of gold that is going to back up their GSX, which is gold secure currency, which is going to pay you dividends for holding it. Please check out those videos. I'm certainly sure that you're going to love it. And soon Gold Inc. beta over here is coming to our screens on the mobile phone and the blue stack on computer. If you like strategic games, you're going to mine real gold in game totally for free, and you can earn cryptocurrency as you could earn Bitcoin in 2009 and 2010. So whoever is the first in this game is most probably going to earn a lot of money like Bitcoin. So make sure to hit that like, subscribe button if you like this sort of content. I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos. Till the next episode, happy trading, goodbye.